Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, cops kill alleged gang member, seize a submachine gun. A man said to be a gang member was shot dead by police and a submachine gun seized during an incident at Boulevard View in New Haven, St. Andrew on Saturday night. The dead man has been identified as a 30-year-old Kurt Thompson from Buchan Avenue in the community. Thompson, who police said is a known member of the Beng gang that operates out of the New Haven community, was previously arrested and charged with illegal possession of a firearm and was released from prison in 2017. Later that same year, the police said he was again arrested and charged with possession of an offensive weapon but was subsequently released. Reports reaching the news indicated that around 11:30 p.m., a police team was conducting a curfew patrol in New Haven when they observed a man walking with a firearm in his hand. Upon identifying themselves as police, the man pointed the firearm at the lawman and attempted to flee. He was pursued onto Boulevard View, where a confrontation ensued and an officer discharged his service weapon, killing the suspect. The firearm, a 9mm Intratec AB-10 submachine gun, was taken from the scene. Police transported Thompson to the Kingston Public Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries. The Independent Commission of Investigations has since been contacted and is investigating the incident. Commanding officer for the St. Andrews South Police Division, Senior Superintendent Damon Manderson, said the JCF will continue its aggressive push to rid the communities of illegal firearms before they are used against law-abiding citizens. We urge the public to support our efforts by reporting illegal guns, wanted persons, and criminal activities through Crime Stop at the 311 or the nearest police station, SSP Manderson stated. The police remain steadfast in our commitment to ensuring safer communities and will continue to take decisive action against armed criminals who threaten public safety. Search on after motorist allegedly speeds away from checkpoint, leaving loaded gun. The police in St. Catherine have launched a hunt for the driver of a motor car who allegedly sped away from a checkpoint, leaving behind a loaded firearm in the early hours of Sunday morning. The police along the Treadways main road near Linstead around 1:10 a.m. when the driver of a red-plated Toyota Probox was signaled to stop. The driver complied but hastily told the police he needed to urinate. During the interaction, he allegedly threw an object into nearby bushes, re-entered the car, and sped from the scene. The police retrieved the discarded item and discovered that it was a 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 4 rounds of ammunition. The Linstead Criminal Investigation Branch is investigating. Senior citizen killed in St. Mary crash. A senior citizen was killed in a motor vehicle crash on the Prospect Main Road in St. Mary on Saturday, marking the 3rd fatal accident in the parish within a week. Dead is 74-year-old Ronald Schaefer of Tower Isle, St. Mary. It is reported that around 1:30 p.m., Schaefer was driving a white Toyota Corolla, which had apparently stopped on the softer shoulder on the right side of the road. As he attempted to move to the left, his vehicle was struck on the right side by a white Toyota Axio traveling in the opposite direction. Schaefer sustained injuries and was rushed to the St. Anne's-Bay Regional Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. A passenger in the Axio suffered minor leg injuries and was treated and released. This latest fatality follows 2 other deadly crashes in the parish earlier in the week. On Wednesday, a 25-year-old man died at the Annotto Bay Hospital after being involved in a crash along the Agualta Vale Main Road. He was among 5 occupants of a Toyota Mark X traveling from Kingston. A police officer in the vehicle sustained serious injuries and remains hospitalized. On Monday, 30-year-old Merava Scott of Hindstone, St. Anne, died after his white Toyota Axia crashed along the Rio Nueve Main Road near the battle site. The police are investigating all 3 incidents and are urging motorists to exercise a greater caution on the roads to prevent further tragedies. Over 20 motorcyclists killed in road crashes since the start of the year. The police are reporting that over 20 motorcyclists have died in crashes since the start of the year. The most recent tragedy took place near Negril roundabout on Thursday, March 20. The crash claimed the life of an unidentified man. According to the Negril police, around 12:13 a.m., the motorcyclist was traveling towards the town center when he lost the control of the bike and crashed into a wall. The impact threw him from the motorcycle, causing multiple injuries. The police were alerted and the injured man was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Investigations into the incident are ongoing. Mocha probe of SCMC holds up submission of critical document to PAC. The St. Catherine Municipal Corporation has been given a week's extension by the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament to submit an updated timeline for the presentation of outstanding appropriation accounts. The delay is largely attributed to the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency holding onto critical documents as part of its probe into allegations of what the agency dubbed in January as serious alleged organized crime at the corporation. PAC Chairman Julian Robinson extended the time after the Chief Executive Officer of the SCMC, Marvelyn Peter, outlined a number of challenges facing the corporation at the PAC's meeting last week. According to Peter, the corporation was up to date with its accounts in 2020, but now faces several challenges, including space limitations, ongoing recruitment, and the unavailability of documents that were seized by Mocha. Peter also highlighted the corporation's struggles with record-keeping due to its termite-infested building and also space constraints. I have recognized that we have serious space challenges, and we are also in a termite-infested building that also impacts our record-keeping, she shared. To address the challenges, Peter instructed her team to attach all necessary supporting documents to the records and to develop a roadmap for storing those documents. I have indicated to the team that all the records and the necessary supporting documents must be attached. So if it is financial statements for whichever year, we should have all of those documents to provide to the Auditor General when they come to the office, because that is critical, Peter indicated. On that score, Robinson requested an update on the timeline for the presentation of the outstanding appropriation accounts from the SCMC in another week. But Peter said she was unclear when Mocha would return the documents that were seized, as the Anti-Corruption Agency has not indicated when their probe will be completed. Mocha have taken critical documents that we need to use currently, and we are just stuck. We have written to Mocha because there were some critical things, some computers, and we got back the computers. But as it relates to physical documents, because it is quite a bit that they have taken, they still have those, and Mocha are not able to say to me when the investigation will be completed, Peter stated. In a January 17 release, Mocha said it, alongside the personnel from the Financial Investigation Division and supported by the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Jamaica Defensive Force, were involved in a joint operation related to the probe into allegations of serious organized crime at the SCMC. The operation began with a series of targeted operations across 17 locations in the parishes of Kingston, St. Catherine, and Westmoreland, which were aimed at executing search warrants at the various locations in connection with that investigation. Those locations are affiliated to employees or associates of employees of the SCMC, Mocha said then. It was stated then that the meticulous and the painstaking probe began some 5 years ago. It is unclear if any arrests have been made or any charges have been laid in relation to the development since then. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.